look up somewhere, and I'll be right back. And I have to scroll 10 minutes back. So you'll hear this again in 10 minutes. That's gonna be weird. Illegal!
Glitch cat Anna-Maja wave anak one wide ioda happy.
Let me reduce the bit reduction. Oh no, the camera is not. Let's reduce the bit rate. Because 2000 is enough, right? Yeah. Okay. Oh. Wait. Oh my god, what did I do? Is this better? God, I need someone to fix this. It's like so crooked. Alright, I'll be right back. use the bit reduction. Oh no, the camera is not on. Let's reduce the bit rate. Because 2000 is enough, right? Yeah. Okay. Oh. Wait. Oh my god, what did I do? Is this better? God, I need someone to fix this. It's like so crooked. Alright, I'll be right back.
Bunlar gelip buraya bilgisayarlarına bağlıyorlar. Canlı yayın yapıyorlar. Yok, sağ ol. Bunlar gelip buraya bilgisayarlarına bağlıyorlar. Canlı yayın yapıyorlar. Ben orada
Hello, Newt. How did you know I was here? Hello, people. If you can hear me, please tell me in the chat if Anna-Maja's outfit would be allowed on the World Rapid and Blade Championships. Oh yeah, have to fix this somehow. Apparently, my let's try this. Apparently, my computer's mic is really low. Apparently, I don't know how to fix that. Perhaps I should download OBS or something and play around with. But yeah, oh, maybe it's because I don't have the webcam on. Okay, cool. Yeah, anyway, good evening, everyone. I won't be here for long today. I do want to get a little bit outside. But yeah, I can keep you company for a bit. The opening was the same as yesterday, so a Knight of Sicilian. But this time Anna is on the white side of the Knight, and she's playing against a young opponent from South Korea, who people were kind of scouting earlier. And yeah, I think like this guy is one of the top players in the country already. So yeah, he's traveling the world, probably getting some support from his national federation. I would hope so, at least. But in any case, he's a promising young player from a country that is not really that famous for chess, but definitely has some talent. And yeah, in the first round, he did beat GM Juan Manuel Bellon, who, okay, it might be a bit past his prime, but he's still a very strong player. And yeah, round 2, he's facing, I guess, our streamer. But it looks like she is doing well so far. She is playing an open Sicilian, which she likes, I think, a lot. And this f4, she actually hasn't played it too much. She actually only has one game in the database that I show with f4. I'm just putting the board on the chat so that people can follow if they want their own like board. That's the board is perfectly synchronized today with the stream, so there's no delay, at least between the chess.com board and the stream like yesterday, so that should be easier to follow. Yeah, and Blue Boy's back surprisingly, so hi Blue Boy. When are you coming to the Netherlands, by the way? Yeah, I've moved here a week ago, and now I'm trying to get everyone else to join me. Yeah. But yeah, as I was saying yesterday, in the Nighterf, you have to like push some pawns as white, right? So yeah, I like what Anna is doing so far. This pawn on f4, kind of pressuring black on e5, and yeah, the position is fairly normal. It just already, I think, looks a bit better than what Anna's opponent was doing yesterday, because he didn't push any pawns, and he kind of tried to develop all his pieces first, then push the pawns, but that was too slow, and Anna outplayed him on the queen side. This time, it's not going to be such an aggressive game, I think, because the kings are castled on the same side, but I still like Anna's kind of taking the initiative a little bit. Like, she is the one attacking on the center with the pawn on f4, and black is the one responding. Black's position is perfectly fine. I think actually this is still... yeah, this is actually still theory. I was actually looking a little bit at that. So we remove 11 right now, yeah, after king h1. And there are some games in the database, including a game by Pia Kramling as white, which should be one of the last people I would expect to have this position as white, because she doesn't really play e4, from what I know. But that game was from 1984, so Yeah, it's been a while. That was 41 years ago. Wow, that's crazy. Pia Crowling was 2400 back then. She's 2400 still. That's insane. But yeah, a lot of games have been played in this position from the 80s all the way up to 2013. Actually, that was the most recent game in the database. So I guess not a variation that is particularly common in modern play, but still, yeah, it looks very normal. It looks like a normal knight of position where white is castling kingside. Black is going to try and put a knight on c5. It's going to try and put a bishop on f8. Perhaps take on f4 at some point, especially if white moves the bishop, because then you've kind of gained a tempo. But yeah, very normal position. I do like that Anna has a bit of an advantage on the clock. I think this in recent times has been much more conscious about her time management, and that has led to better time management. And well, I think she also has like better prep than like half a year ago, maybe. I think Pia never won the world championship for women, no. But yeah, she was #1 on the rating list for some months, I believe. I think that was around this time, like around the 80s or so. Not an expert on chess history, but yeah, that's what I've heard. At least that's what I've heard Anna, her daughter, say. Yeah. So yeah, all is going pretty well. White's plan usually would involve some kind of queen e1 to g3, perhaps. We don't really want to move the bishop because black would just take on f4. So we kind of want to wait for black to take on f4. Then we can play bishop takes f4 in one go. So maybe yeah, something like queen. We might want to take on e5 if yeah, we could take on e5 as well and play this kind of symmetrical structure after black takes. It's not entirely symmetrical though, because we are missing our f pawn and black is missing the c pawn, so it's not symmetrical. But we're kind of getting rid of black's weak pawn on d6. b6 played by black. Let me check out the database again. Okay, so b6 has been played before. In fact, that was the most recent game with this variation. But okay, most recent was 12 years ago. So, what is the point of b6? Well, the point is black wants to play bishop b7. So, if for all of you who watched the game yesterday, which was also a knight of, Anna did end up developing her bishop on b7 as black, and that bishop did a good job attacking the e4 pawn, and I think it actually delivered the finishing blow by taking on e4 with a tactic at some point. So yeah, so that was that's a good thing to remember. In the knight of, usually you want to put your light square bishop on b7 rather than, let's say, e6 or g4, and put pressure on white's e4 pawn, because that pawn is kind of weak sometimes. Right now, though, we are sufficiently defending it. We can also bring up the queen to defend it with something like queen e1 or queen e2. After black plays bishop b7. But yeah, it's kind of a developing move. It does weaken a6 a little bit, so perhaps we could consider queen e2. Does not attack a6 yet, but it kind of maintains control over like e4, b5. After the bishop goes to b7, black will not be able to play rook c8. So queen e2 is a move I would consider here as white. The computer actually wants me to take on e5. Interesting. Yeah, taking on e5 can also be a move. I suppose we could argue that black is being a bit slow with his development, and therefore we have enough time to kind of open up the center and then play quickly with some bishop c4, knight g5 combo maybe. And try to attack on the king side. I guess that is what the engine wants at least. Knight d5. That could be a plan. The problem here is that you don't really want to end up with a pawn on d5. So yeah, the knight would be good on d5, but especially after black plays bishop b7, that square is well defended. And if you were to play knight d5, then black would just take it, and you'd end up with a pawn on d5 that is not the best, because it's kind of blocking your own lines instead of your opponent's. And black can very easily play around this pawn with knight c5, for instance, or with the bishop from b7 attack it. And so knight d5 is usually only good when you can recapture with a piece. So if you have a bishop on c4 instead of on d3, then knight d5 would probably be a good idea, I think. But with the bishop on d3, probably you would need to play bishop c4 first. Yeah, f takes c5 solves the backward d6 problem. That's why I'm a bit hesitant to say that I would play that. I'm not really that familiar with these open Sicilians, to be honest. Like, I don't really know all the plans, but from a positional standpoint, when I see this position as white, I would want to play against that d6 pawn. So I would probably want to keep the tension. So I would probably go queen e2 or something like that, or queen e1. Or something like that. It does seem kind of slow, but that would be my idea. At least, try and bring some pieces into the game. The problem with that approach is that eventually you'd have to move your queenside bishop, right? And then black would be able to take on f4, and you'd have to move your queenside bishop again. So you've kind of lost the tempo. Now, would I care about that too much? I don't think I would. Like, ideally, I want queen on e2, my bishop on f4, and my rook from a1 to d1, and try and pressure the pawn on d6. Not sure if that's viable, but that's like kind of the ideal setup I envision right now. Yeah, queen e2 or bishop b3. Yeah, the reason I don't want bishop e3 is, again, yeah, because he would take with tempo, but I think I would play queen e2. Isn't it kind of thematic to recapture the pawn on d5 the pawn in Kalashnikovs? I have no clue. I barely know what the Kalashnikov is. The Kalashnikov is definitely one of the Sicilians with the early e5, but yeah. Yeah, sometimes you do capture with a pawn. I mean, there is also this variation in the Sveshnikov, where white plays an early knight d5, and Caruana played this a lot. So the variation goes like e4, c5, knight 3, knight c6, d4 takes, knight f6, knight c3, e5, knight b5, d6, knight d5, and then black takes on d5, you play e takes d5, black goes back to b8. And white has to play with a pawn on d5, but this variation, I never really liked it as white. I thought it's a bit strange. In general, I think it's a good rule to not really recapture the pawn on d5, but okay. This is not a Kalashnikov. No, this is a Najdorf. More specifically, it's an Amsterdam variation. So Anna should really know that opening, since she lives not far away from Amsterdam. Sadly, she should live more north. But yeah. Yeah, it is called the Amsterdam variation. I'm not sure why. I'm not sure like who was the player from Amsterdam that this is named after. But maybe the Dutch people on the server have an idea about that. Have I been to Amsterdam yet? No, I have not. I've actually not been to many places because I am Still working, so I'm not on holiday. But I did manage to visit Delft along with some people from the community. I did meet Screws for the first time. I did meet Nordi for the first time. Who else did I meet? Giant Pixels for the first time. Basically everyone, because this Dutch people, they only are in the Netherlands, really. They don't really travel too much, I think. Especially since TwitchCon is also in the Netherlands. I did meet Dikje, yeah. And we are playing a pub tournament along with Dirkje next Sunday. So yeah, hopefully Blue Boy will root for us, even though we'll be drinking some beers probably. And no, I did not buy green plants. I don't think I'm interested in that kind of business so far. However, I have figured out where people go to consume the stuff from the green plants here in Groningen. But yeah, it's pretty obvious. And you can just follow the smell, I guess, once you're in the city center, but okay. Haven't seen a single meetup photo. There are some photos. But I don't think they're public, yeah. So if you can ask some people in DMs, not me though. If you can, maybe I will DM them to Blue Boy because he is here now. Blue Boy, are you still active on Discord, by the way? I don't like houseplants. I'm not sure if I could actually have a houseplant here. My house is very small. Yeah, I'll think about it. How has the stream been? For me, it's quite okay. I don't know how it is for you guys. But yeah. Bad luck to me and DK. Oh no. If we play badly, we'll just blame you. The stream seems fine for me. I think it's better than yesterday. Like yesterday, there was this like 1 hour of messed up board, at least. So that is not here today. So yeah. Yeah, quite a lot of community members are also playing in the tournament. So yeah, I guess I see. Yeah, there's a lot of streamers on my left are playing. I'm noticing. I saw that Alex I don't. Her last name was Bob, right? I want to say, because I did check the test results page, but Asmoada, whatever, however that is pronounced, won her first OTB game yesterday, so that was nice. I see Lonely Winter is playing, Phoebe is playing, Not Jovel is playing, Hannah is playing, Blood Queen. Yeah, Blood Queen was the girl who helped us yesterday with the stream. Lots of streamers in this tournament. The pace of this game is slowing down a little bit, I have to say. Like, I guess it's like the first move out of theory, so people are thinking. But yeah, as a spectator, I'm always like wondering what are they thinking here? What are they calculating? Like, just develop your pieces. It's not time to calculate yet, right? But I was proven wrong yesterday because I was like, yeah, why are you not playing this? And then there was actually a tactical line that needed to be calculated and actually happened in the game. So I guess that answers my question. This has to be the most streamed event of the year, probably. At least along the stream as I follow. It's probably this or Reykjavik. But I think they have more streamers than Reykjavik, at least this year, because not many went to Reykjavik. I guess it makes sense. Reykjavik is quite more expensive, I would say, than Portugal. Do I bleed out my openings? That's a good question. I haven't played chess in a while, man. I think I do, yeah. I think I play a bit quicker than. It is now move 12. Okay, the time management is fine. I usually aim for 45 minutes by move 20. And most people I see and commentate for on stream have less than 45 minutes by move 20. So I would say I'm faster than average. But not by much. I'm not, this kind of instantly moving person. Don't GMs all... Yeah, I mean, it depends on the opening as well, right? It depends on the specific move, in fact. Let me send... Well, Blue Boy, if you're still on Discord, let me send you something. I don't really know what to think about if I spend 15 minutes plus on a single move. Usually it's just tactics that you have to calculate, right? So if the position is very tactical, you have to calculate a lot of options. And 15 minutes might not even be enough. Like, there have been games that I've spent like even 45 minutes on a single move. If the position is very complicated and very tactical, and it's very critical as well, right? So there are some moves in a chess game that determine the course of the game, and those are called critical positions. So basically the rule of thumb is you should play very quickly in non-critical positions where all the moves are... Let's look at it like from a engine point of view. Like, if there are like 5 moves that are all plus 0.3, right? Ideally you want to not spend any time, because all these moves are equivalent. Just play one you like, and yeah. But if the first move is like plus 2, the second move is zeros, and the third move is -2, that's a critical position. So you need to spend time there to figure out and be sure that you actually play the best move. So yeah, ideally you want to spend a lot of time on critical positions and almost no time on non-critical positions. And as I say that, Anna has played queen to e1, which is a good move. It is within the spirit of the position. A bit more than my queen e2, I think. Like, when you play f4, usually you want to follow that up with queen e1 to g3. So it does make sense to put it on e1 and not on e2. I wanted it on e2 because it does control a6 and b5 a little bit better, but it's a minor difference, really. It's just developing the queen, getting it out of the way so the rook can come to d1 eventually. And potentially now the queen on e1 is also moving towards g3. What if there are 5 moves plus 0.3, but some of them very likely run into a very difficult critical thing for you? That is also, yeah, that's also good, yeah. I mean, I didn't say to blindly pick a move. I said pick the one you like the most, right? So for me, if there are like several equivalent moves and let's say one of them trades some pieces, I would probably go for the one that does trade pieces, because I do like endgames. But some person like Anna-Maja, who doesn't really like endgames that much and she likes to checkmate the opponent, she might go for the move that doesn't trade. So yeah, it becomes a matter of preference when there is a lot of equivalent moves. Yeah, queen e1 eyeing g3. And I think Blue Boy meant the queen to go to g3, Matthew. But yeah. Just replace it with more Jawakir? Oh no. Am I already training my beer muscles? Oh no. What torture am I going to be exposed to? I did have 5 beers on Thursday. What day is today? It's Saturday. Yeah, 2 days ago. Yeah, I don't really get drunk with beer, so it's fine. Especially while playing chess as well. Anna is the kind of person that if there is a move that is completely winning but it trades queens, and there's a move that's like little bit better, but it doesn't trade queens. You would choose the second, at least in my experience. But yeah. Yeah, but okay, it's fine. I think she's getting a bit more. She's becoming a bit more of a normal player last few months, which has helped her, I think. Like, do you see she castled in this game? She castled king's head and put the king on h1. Have you seen such a safe king? It's very unusual in Anna-Maja's games. Like, white's king is extremely safe. Black's king was extremely safe yesterday's game as well. Like, white was pushing all his pawns and it was really safe on g8. So queen e1. I'm expecting bishop b7 from black. Not sure why he hasn't really gone for it yet. What else could black do here? I guess he could take on f4, but again, it's this interesting like trade-off that white doesn't really want to take on e5 because that relieves black of the backward pawn on d6, and black doesn't really want to take on f4 because that just would help white's bishop develop. So neither player really wants to take, but eventually the tension will have to be resolved in some way or another. If I can make a +7 move or trade everything into simple. Yeah, that's same for me. Like, if I can go to an endgame that's completely winning, I always do that. Like, even in positions where, let's say, I'm up a queen for a knight, right? Let's say I have a queen, and it's blitz, and my opponent has a knight. And I also have like two pawns, let's say. I would take the knight with a queen, even if it's protected. And just be like, yeah, completely winning the pawn endgame. There's no need to calculate everything else. Just take the knight so that I don't blunder. But yeah, not every opponent will let you do that. That is the problem. So at some point you will actually have to calculate, especially as you're playing better and better players. You probably cannot get this kind of free game that you win without calculating too often. So then it helps to watch a lot of Anna-Maja games to see how good people play these sharp positions and learn from them. Like, yesterday's game was really nice. So we hope for more of the same tomorrow. The opponent seems like a player who is going to calculate a lot. So it's good that we've taken some time off his clock already. It's already below an hour. So that he will not have that much time to calculate some crazy sacrifice later on or something. Although the position is fairly quiet, so I don't think there will be crazy sacrifices involved in this game, at least from black. Maybe white would do some. But yeah, this is good. The position is also fairly under control. Like, it's not a position I would be afraid of against a 15-year-old who probably is better at tactics than me, but I probably want to get him into an endgame or something. Hello, player. Welcome to the stream.
Anna-Maja love.
Thank you for the 1,000 base player. Thank you so much. Hopefully, Anna will appreciate the support. Roses are red, violets are blue. There's always a Korean kid better than you. Yeah, kind of true. I'm not sure about chess, but I think Koreans have. Are they not dominating like Go right now? It's a Japanese game, but the Koreans are better than the Japanese somehow. And I do know Koreans are also very good in League of Legends. Yeah, it's my stereotype of Koreans is that they're really hardworking and like dedicated to what they're doing. But okay, let's not get cancelled for racism. Wow, Casper is flexing on us that he's Belgian and he can bet. I can't bet since I moved to the Netherlands. That's crazy. That's probably good for my channel points though, because I usually believe too much and lose everything. It's been a while since I've gambled channel points. But yeah. How many do I have? I do have a good amount. Not too many, but I mean, there's not really much you can claim right now, right? So it doesn't really matter if you have like 20k or 100k. The things you can claim is the same. Is it racism if it's something positive? Not really, but I don't know. People can be mad about this stuff. I am from the Balkans, so we are very racist. That's a stereotype as well. But yeah, I don't really mind. But some people might mind, so not really going to go this direction. Oh no, redeeming ads. I have no clue how to run ads. Maybe the mods know. I have to say, since I moved to the Netherlands, let's continue the stereotype. Since people want me to go down the rabbit hole. Since I moved to the Netherlands, I'm getting like 5 times the ads I got in Greece. So I guess people must assume that since I'm in the Netherlands, I have more money to give. So they spam my computer with ads. Smoothly dodging the meow. Did people redeem a meow? Oh no. No, I don't. And meow, guys. I can send you another video of a cat that is in my apartment building. That was very cute. Where's the last time? Yeah, it was on Thursday when I returned from the night out, let's say. Wait, what happened to like half of the quotes? Okay, bishop b7 has been played as expected. Black is continuing their development. I'm not sure what we will do now, because now the problem is that on queen c3 there is knight h5. I'm not sure we want to allow that. But yeah, hippopotamus, I don't know. Yeah, so I can send you a video of these cats. They meow in a cute way. Code got purged. Oh no. Wait, did we delete all of the blue boy quotes? Surely not, right? I'm not sure what language is that. Is that like Serbian? I am not Serbian, if that was the implication. Let me translate that. It is Serbian. Wow, I understood the language. How is it in Groningen? Pretty good. Pretty good. It is very sunny, surprisingly. No, not a single drop of rain. Maybe a little bit of a drop of rain yesterday, but now it's very sunny. The problem is that my apartment does look directly west. Yeah, west. So in the evening, I have to like get the blinds down. So so the sun doesn't get in the apartment, because once I had them up, and you can really like sunbathe in my apartment on the 3rd floor. It's crazy how much the sun gets into, because these apartments in the north, they are designed to keep as much heat as possible, because it gets really cold in the autumn and in the winter. It's exactly the opposite as in Greece. Like in Greece, okay, it's sun, but the apartment is made for making the heat go away rather than retaining it. So yeah. Oh, well, the BB quotes are gone. Such. I can use Soundboard for that. Ooh, that's true. Right, and that way I cannot scam people. I can give an authentic Anna-Maja meow, which I have to find. But it's cool. Is it even in the soundboard though? Huh. Oh, there it is. Okay, hope you heard that. It's dark here. Well, there are some clouds on the sky, but it is sunny, because I can feel the sun in my feet. It's already warming, despite me having the blinds on. But okay, you're in Friesland. That's quite close. I'm actually going to Friesland because we have actually my first Dutch League game is gonna be in Friesland, and it's gonna be around the end of September. So I don't remember the city yet, but it is a place in Friesland, and we are playing there. And yeah, I'm also one thing I found surprising about the Netherlands is how late the sun goes down in the summer. Like it's like 9 p.m. I believe that the sun is actually going down. So I want to enjoy the sun while it still exists, because I have been warned that yeah, after September, October, it's not gonna be that nice and sunny. By the way, thanks for the sub, Stuckfish, or the gives sub to 1800 strength, also known as cabbage. One was about, yeah, I do remember that quote. In the meantime, though, we have some moves. Anna has exchanged on e5 and played queen g3, and that makes sense because, as I briefly said, if she played queen g3 immediately, then there was knight h5, which would be also attacking the pawn on f4. So if you want to play queen g3, you do want to play f takes e5, d takes e5 first. Now that does get rid of the isolated, or not the isolated, the backward pawn on d6, but it does open up the bishop on c1 to go to like g5, go to like h6. The f file is open, so we could look into some potential attacking plan with pieces on the kick side. A nice idea would be to somehow get this knight to f5, but I don't really think that is possible, because after knight h4 there's like some tactics like knight c4. But in general, I think Anna plans to kind of use the open f file and try to bring some pieces towards the black king. Got redeemed like 3 times? Did I miss that? I did miss that, wow. I am very, very blind and very, very much not a streamer, so yeah, let's go again. Okay, I think that's 2 more. From October onwards, depression is mandatory. Any positivity is frowned upon. Oh no. Yeah, but that for now it's quite cool. Well, Matthew saves the Anna-Maja quotes in his PC. That's not strange at all, Matthew. But yeah, the evil doesn't really matter here. Like if it's plus 0.1, minus 0.1. It only matters when there's like a big jump. Otherwise, we don't really care. there must be some cloud obscuring the sun because it suddenly got really darker in my room as well. I am also a bit sad about the quotes being gone. I feel like it's like tunnel lore, right? You have to keep them. That's like my view at least. Oh no. Maybe that's why the quotes were deleted. We sold them to pay the taxes. That reminded me, I have to pay Dutch taxes next year and have no clue how to do that. Hopefully people on Discord have a clue, because I don't think I want to find out. Winter apologist? I mean, I feel like Dutch people do like the cold. Like, they were complaining about it being too hot at 25 degrees, and I was like, you amateurs, it's like 35 at least in Greece right now. One of my colleagues actually going to a conference in Athens. I want to see what he will say about the weather when he comes back, because right now it is 35 in Greece. So I spent the first 25 years of my life without any DST or extreme sunrise sunset times. And then I got very surprised how wild it is to have sunset at 9 p.m. Well, that basically says I spent the 25 years of my life on a desert. Or whatever is in the Arab peninsula. But yeah, I'm not sure. I think it's nice to have like some sun. Like I was actually planning to go ride a bike in the sun, go a little bit to the center or something later today. I also have to have dinner, because reminder, I have become Dutch now, so I have to have dinner at like 7, not 6, but I'm trying to adapt, okay? So no dinner at 10. But here is more humid, so it's harder to bear. Yeah, but still 25 and 40 are two different things. Like 25 is very cold for a Greek summer. Like I actually am wearing jackets in August. That seems very unnatural to me. Like jackets are usually in my house in Athens. I have like an attic, let's say, or well, not really an attic. It's more like the upper part of my closet, and this is where I tackle my coats and jackets while the summer is there, because you obviously don't need them when it's 35. But apparently in the Netherlands, even in August, you need jackets. That's very strange. So 8 or 9 p.m. dinner is perfect. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I have dinner ready because I cooked today for lunch and dinner. So yeah. Okay, back to the test, because enough yapping. We've been a lot of yapping today. I think it's because Blue Boy's here and we haven't seen him in a while and we want to catch up. But yeah, Black responded with Queen G3 to Queen C7. No, that was the other way. Black responded with Queen C7 to Queen G3. And yeah, that makes sense, developing the queen, connecting the rooks, all of that. However, now the queen does not attack h4 anymore, so maybe knight h4 is possible. The engine does seem to agree, saying that knight h4 is the best move. Knight h4, knight h5, yeah, that's interesting. But yeah, Queen c7 does defend e5. It's a natural square for black in the knight, or to put the queen there. And again, black is not concerned about knight d5 because there are enough pieces covering that. So the question is, how do we proceed? Yeah, bishop h6 is cool. I'm not sure black will play g6. I'm not sure, because black has knight h5, which is a very common way of... So I think everyone knows about like this thread, right? That you put a queen on the g file and then you play bishop h6, thread and mate on g7. Like, I'm sure that every chess player has done that at least once in their lives. So a very common way to defend that is to put a knight on h5. And right now, if we play bishop h6, I think knight h5, we have to move the queen. And I'm not sure, like knight h5, let's say queen g4, then the other knight goes to f6, and then suddenly our queen has to move away. Because if we go forward again to g5, there is king h8, and suddenly our bishop on h6 is trapped. So, yeah, I'm not sure bishop h6 is what we want to do here. Yeah, as Matthew said the exact same thing, yeah. So bishop h6, knight h5, queen g4, knight df6, queen g5, king h8. And black is winning, basically. The digit is also working correctly. I think it is, yeah, it's fine. It's in sync with the board. So yeah, thank you for making sure everything is fine. I don't know who it is, but I assume it's someone from the organizers with the name IX Maia. And thank you for having the equipment available so that we can watch our favorite streamers in this tournament. So yeah. And Anna has indeed gone for knight h4. Anna's playing quite fast today. I like it. I like it. 67 minutes by move 15. Really good. We're putting the pressure. So knight h4 is definitely a very sensible move. So we're aiming to put our knight on f5. That is a better way to threaten checkmate than bishop h6, because you're not going to have to move that away once the king goes to h8 or something. So let's say knight f5, bishop f8, then you can play bishop h6 and put even more pressure, perhaps. That could be a plan. So yeah, I like the move knight h4. It also makes it also take advantage of the fact that the queen is no longer eyeing h4, so there are no knight xe4 tactics right now, because the knight only needs to be defended once rather than twice. So the only problem is, what if black also does the same, plays knight h5? We have to move our queen, then knight f4. We probably have to take that, I would say. And then put our own knight on f5. Now black cannot take that knight on f5, so I guess white is slightly better. That is my brief evaluation of the position. Now g6, as Blob is saying, that might run into some issues, because you're weakening a lot the dark squares around your king. So if g6, first of all, that does not stop knight f5, because your pawn is pinned. So I can still play knight f5, you go bishop f8, and then I go knight h6 check. And then if you don't want to get completely destroyed by a queen coming to h4, or a bishop coming to g5, you have to take. And then you're permanently with the weak dark squares around your king. You don't have a dark square bishop, and white has a very good dark square bishop on h6. So I don't think g6 is the way to go here for black. But I don't know, he might play it. I don't think he will. Yeah, I think that is why she played knight h4, because the knight is pretty much guaranteed to get to f5. Black has to find something else to do in the meantime. I'm catching up the comments, and I'm saying nobody has a clue how to do taxes. The weird thing is that you have to do your taxes, but the tax authorities know beforehand. Hello, hamster. How are you doing? Hope you're well. Oh, you're a festival. Good. I might visit the festival that is here in Groningen too today. That was the plan, at least. Until I got on this voice call. Now I can't stop yapping, apparently. But yeah. Don't drink anything but water. Yeah, but I'm sure that hamster's already had a few beers. That is fine. So we're up by about 25 or so minutes on the clock. The position is pretty good. Our knight's going to f5. Anna has actually outplayed her opponent without pushing pawns. That's crazy. Just realizing that. Apart from a4, which I guess, okay, you want to prevent b5. She has not pushed a single pawn since move 1. Or move 3, okay, it's played d4. And f4. Yeah. Yeah, my comment doesn't really make much sense. But okay, we're not really pushing pawns in this game. We're mostly attacking with our pieces, which is a really fun way of attacking, to be fair. Kinder? Oh no. Calling kids Kinder. He is winning the elbow room. It's true, there is not too much elbow room in this table. It's very wide, but it's not that long. Well, the opposite. It's very long, but it's not that wide. But, yeah. Oh, he has a bar of Kinder on the table? Oh, wow. Maybe he only came to Europe to eat Kinder and play chess. Okay, so he gets up from the board, going to watch her friends' games probably. How is my Dutch? Not that great. I did speak a little bit to some Dutch colleagues on Thursday. And they were like, yeah, you're doing really well. But I'm not confident to speak to random people in Dutch at all. Like in soaps and stuff. I only say dankjewel or bedankt or stuff like that. But I'm not like confident to go in a supermarket and ask where is something, let's say in Dutch. I'd rather like do 3 circles around the supermarket until I figure it out myself instead. But yeah. I did learn to say like hoe gaat het and stuff like that. Waar is de pindakaas? Yeah. I did find pindakaas in the Jumbo. Yeah, or today. Oh, I actually went today in the morning. Yeah, I was like, yeah, I've heard that word before. I was like, oh, this is pindakaas. Okay, cool. Het gaat goed. En met jou? Ja, alles goed. I am going to a Dutch chess tournament next weekend. Well, 2 of them, the pub tournament on Sunday and an actual classical tournament on Friday and Saturday. And I am the only non-Dutch person there. So they did send us an email in Dutch that says like, welcome. If you want to cancel, you can send me an email and stuff like that. But they didn't have an English version. So I'm starting to realize that people will probably speak Dutch in this tournament, not English. But yeah. So I was out with some colleagues on Thursday, and it was like 5 Dutch people. Well, 4 Dutch people, 1 German girl that speaks Dutch, and me. But they all spoke in English, so that was really kind of them. Because if they spoke Dutch, I would not have understood anything. Donderdag. Does this mean Thursday? Yeah, it does, I guess. Donnerstag. I still like German comes to me first in my mind, and then I say, oh yeah, this is probably that in Dutch as well. So I might speak German by accident when trying to speak Dutch, but yeah. Yeah, it's good though. That's okay. I mean, if I want to say to them something in Dutch, I can, but I'm not that comfortable yet. Yeah, it's fine. I like learning at my own pace on Duolingo. It's getting annoyed a bit because I don't really have enough time. So at some point I forget about it, and then I have to do like the streak freeze or whatever it's called to get my streak back. But I do like practicing a few Dutch sentences and stuff. It's good. This guy's really thinking, by the way. He's down under 40 minutes. I'd be in time trouble early. So there is still one game, by the way, that has been played in this position, and it's from 1996. And it was a draw, so somehow... Okay, it was actually not a very... okay, no. Just people traded everything. Okay, cool. So, yeah, this is still technically theory. I guess it was by transposition, but... There we go. But yeah, Black did play knight h5 in that game, and that is the best move. So I do expect that this guy will play knight h5 as well. I think I would find it too if I had the black pieces here, because you don't really want to give knight f5 for free, that is the point. So you kind of have to find something to show for it. So that's how you come up with knight h5 f4, which is also a common maneuver. But white does remain slightly better even after that. So yeah, Anna's basically doing really well so far, I think. She's gonna be up like half an hour on the clock. Her position is quite comfortable, and she has enough time to figure out like what's the best way to attack the black position. What he's thinking about so intensely. Maybe he's calculating something. I don't know what he could be calculating. By the way, my chess.com engine is completely crashing, I think, because it does say knight h5 is the best move, and then it suggests rook e6 as the second best move. Rook e6 is not legal currently. So, yeah, I'm not sure what's going on with chess.com, but... I think a bishop f8 is also a kind of a safe move if you want to go for it. But I guess bishop f8, white can play like bishop g5, and then you kind of have to play knight h5 anyway, because your knight is attacked. But yeah, bishop f8 does look like a normal move to kind of protect g7. Yeah, white has definitely an easier time than black in this game. Like, white's moves are more natural, more easy to find. Hence the time advantage, I suppose. Although I think he has been a bit behind the pace. But maybe it's one of these people that are really good in time trouble. Yeah, g6, we said that earlier. Like, g6, the problem is that white still plays knight f5. And then you have a lot of problems in your dark squares. Like, the knight could end up on h6. Then there is a bishop on g5. Then your dark squares are really weak, basically. Made a pasta with broccoli and pesto. That's good. Dutch recipe. Is that good? Like, I thought Dutch were famous for bad food, not for good food. But okay. Let's see if I can try and get some like olibolien. Olibolien. I think they call it olibolien. From the central market today. I think I'll go this direction. Have I tried Capsalon yet? Not really. Maybe we'll go for it with Dirke after the tournament. I don't know. No, but I haven't, no. Yeah, I'm visiting Utrecht for the first time as well. Oh, never eat Capsalon after beers? Why? I thought Capsalon is very close to the like shawarma or doner or gyros, stuff like that, right? Is it not? Yeah, or whatever. So Black did play Bishop f8, and like chess.com is like, no, that's a bad move. It does make sense though, like Bishop f8 does look safe. But now I guess White plays Bishop g5. That is the problem. And it does start to look a little bit shaky for Black. So I think that is a good a good thing for our streamer in the Adidas tracksuit there. That is such a funny outfit. Okay, what are these shoes? I don't think they are FIDE approved. Lots of cheese, fake cheese. Oh. But why is it not good after beer? Like, don't you like have to eat something after a few beers? Is rook e6 fine to protect the knight? Probably. And let's see. But again, you still kind of run into some issues with like knight f5. Yeah, it's not like black is losing or something. It's just that white's pieces are starting to move freely onto good squares. And when that happens, eventually there will be a tactic. So allowing the knight to f5 for free cannot be good, basically. And as we were saying earlier with blue Bowie, we could move the knight from f5 back to e3 and then to d5 and then be able to permanently have a knight on d5. If we could do that, that would be really good. Also, rook e6 might run into some bishop c4 at some point. Right now it's covered by the queen, but at some point it might run into some bishop c4, attacking the rook, and behind that is the f7 pawn, which might also be a target for a rook on f1, since the f-file is open. In case you need to puke, it says like, but why would you want to puke? From all the beer or what? Is that a regular thing? I don't think I've ever puked from alcohol. But yeah. So we're moving away from this game. Let's close it. So yeah, bishop g5 is the move I would go for here. Like, that makes a lot of sense, developing, bringing the last few pieces into the game. And going for it. While in Poland, I made self-made burgers. That's cool. I don't trust my chef skills, my cooking skills enough to do. Maybe okay. It doesn't sound so hard actually. It's just bread with stuff. There was this girl that we among like my colleagues was supporting the theory that every food, she said, is either a salad, a sandwich, or a soup. And so like basically her theory was like every like liquid food is a soup, and every solid food is a salad, and everything that has bread is a sandwich. That was the theory. But yeah. That's how Blue Boy is telling people to join the Discord when not being active on Discord. Yeah, rice is a salad, a steak is a salad, ice cream is a soup. We all kind of asked her about random foods, and she basically said that. But yeah, that's just weird. Yeah, people in my office they have way too much time on their hands, I think. They came up with these weird theories. Don't tell them I said that though. Yeah, I mean, Blue looks like a cook in a shawarma place. Hashtag not racist. I feel like Blue could cook some good foods as well. Yeah, we should visit Australia, or he should come to Europe actually. Yeah, the stereotypes. Yeah, if this stream gets cancelled, it's probably gonna be my fault. Nah, okay. I'm not gonna speak bad about any nationalities or ethnicities. I'm only gonna say good things. Like, but the thing is that the Arab people, they cook really well. That is true. Like their food is really tasty. It's not somehow it's not like as spicy as Indian, but it's still spicy enough that both European people can enjoy it and the actual like Arabs, I guess, can enjoy it. So, oh no. Yeah, that's the thing with commentating. Like you often like get quoted out of context. That is a danger. But yeah, Arab food is good. Like when in doubt, if you see like a good shawarma place called like I don't know, there is a place. How's that place called in Groningen? Because this is where I have to turn with the bike to get to the center. I think it's called Hasret. Is that Turkish or Arab though? I'm not sure. But yeah, you can. It is like about a kilometer from where I live. Haven't tried it, but it does look like a good place. Right, so Blue also has some like South Asian influence. So yeah, true. So he actually will also cook like Indian, let's say, style food. So even more reason to visit Blue. Actually, it has to say Arab food is good because that's where Greeks stole kebabs from. But I think kebab is Turkish, right? It's supposed to be Turkish. I mean, we eat it in Greece as well. And we just make it the gyros. The only difference is that the gyros is pork. So Arabs and Turks, because they are Muslim, they don't eat pork. But we do. So we basically make the exact same thing, but with pork instead of like lamb or I don't know what type of beef they use. So yeah, but it's pretty much the same thing. Yeah, Turkish food is also very nice. He's on his racist arts, don't worry about it. Oh no. I think Turkish kebab is like lamb, but I might be wrong about it. I have tried it though in Izmir. It was really good. I'm not one of these like there are some Greek guys that will go really on a rant about how everything is Greek and it's not Turkish. And the Turkish are like these barbarians that stole the food, and then the Turkish guys were like, no, you guys stole the food, and yeah, it's like it doesn't really work like that, right? I mean, when like multiple civilizations live together in a same city or same country, they share. They don't like steal from one another. At least that's my logic. But yeah, so I just don't care about where it came from. I just care. Does it taste good? If it does, then cool. So. Okay, so what happened here? Knight to f5 was played. King h8 and bishop g5. Okay, so she did play bishop g5, but putting a knight on f5 as well. It does make sense. It does make sense. Yes, it blocks the rook, but we were never going to win that knight with the king on h8 because the pin is no longer there. So it's not like we're going to take that knight for free with the rook or sacrifice the exchange for it. Actually, sacrificing the exchange could have been an idea, but not right now. So right now, the problem for white is that this bishop on d3 is not doing anything besides defending e4. And this knight on c3 is also not doing anything besides defending e4. So if we could somehow bring more pieces in the attack, that would be nice. So maybe some knight d5 we could consider at some point. So here's the thing. Yeah, earlier I said like knight d5 is only good if we can take it back with a piece. But now I'm thinking, if we take back with a pawn, then our bishop on d3 opens up towards the h7 square. That might be really useful in some lines. So I could definitely see Anna shifting her queen to the h file in order to prepare this knight d5 idea, so that if black takes, we take with the pawn, and then there is some kind of mate threat on h7. Because h7 does look like it could potentially be black's weak link to attack. Let's say. Just be an American and still everyone. Okay, I mean, okay, if someone says like kebab is American, then I'll be more offended than people saying it's like Turkish, Greek, Arabic, or whatever. Yeah, or English, I guess. Australians, New Zealanders make the best doner kebab anyway in a neat little wrap. Interesting. I think there are some like cities in Germany that actually have like a competition for the best doner. Yeah, and they were saying like, you know, it's basically German now. But yeah. Yeah, queen h4 or queen h3, I think are both considered. Well, it's black's move. I forgot about that part. It's actually black to move. But here's the thing, like black can't really do much. So it's kind of the same situation as in the first game. Like white is slowly but surely methodically developing her attack, improving her pieces, and slowly but surely getting closer to the black king. And meanwhile, our king is extremely safe. So yeah, so Anna-Maja has actually managed again to completely control the flow of the game. And yeah, that is great news. I think it is very much on par to going 2 out of 2. But yeah, I was going to respond to Blue Bow's question. In your national cuisine, do people eat more rice or bread? Definitely bread. Yeah. I mean, we have like even all the pitas, then bread wins. Just with that. We don't even need to account for any other type of bread. So it's very common to eat a pie with like let's say cheese and ham, or a pie with spinach, or a pie with everything. Basically, we can put everything in a pie. So pitas, call them, not Peters. Yeah, I guess it's how English people will say pitas. Yeah, but it's actually Pitas. That is what I meant. we do eat rice, but not so much. I mean, personally, I don't really like that much rice. Like, I'd rather have like potatoes or random vegetables than rice. But I do eat it. It's not like I hate it. Cheese is actually rarely used. I guess because cows are not... At least in India, you don't kill the cows, right? Like, here in Groningen, if you move like a few kilometers to the north, I try that, like exploring a little bit outside of the city with a bike. And there is endless cow fields everywhere. Cow fields, horse fields. So the Dutchies, they make really good cheese out of these animals, I think. I haven't seen any goats. I guess goats are more of a mountain animal. We do have a lot of goats in Greece. And we have goat cheese, like the feta and stuff. Oh, Blackberry G6. That's not good. Koe, yeah, the koeien. Yeah, felle koeien. Oh, they are lactose intolerant in the East? I didn't know that. You don't kill the cow to get cheese. Yeah, true. But I think in India they don't like milk the cows either. G6 does not really look good. What happens after knight h6? Yeah, knight h6 is just the best move. I guess black was really scared of the knight on f5, but after knight h6, can you really do anything else than take it? Like knight h6, I think black is just forced to take. And then we have free bishop pair and free attack because the dark squares. Like queen h4 is coming. No, that has to be terrible for black. How does black even defend? Like, I guess you kind of defend short term at least. Like the rook e6. You can bring the other rook maybe to f8 or g8. Okay, it's not like you get checkmated, I guess, but g6 does feel kind of wrong. It's what I said yesterday as well. Like, guys, don't move pawns in front of your king for no reason. Like, don't. Just, it will probably be a blunder. If you don't have a serious reason to do that, then just don't move pawns in front of your king. Yes, she's got 28 minutes as well. Yeah, this is going. I think our streamers got this. Yeah, knight h6 is, yeah, it's even threatening checkmate actually. With rook takes f6, knight takes f6, bishop takes f6, checkmate. So black is forced to take, unless there is a move I don't see, but because we're also threatening knight takes f7. So we're basically gaining the bishop for practically nothing, and he has weakened the king side with g6. So he thinks he I mean, yeah, maybe he was worried about like some knight takes g7 sacrifice. And maybe he's like, yeah, I can hold it, but like, just knowing that I have to give up my dark square bishop. Like after knight h6, is there any way that black can keep playing? I guess there's rook e7. But I think, yeah, it's like, because for instance, like bishop g7, there's just queen h4. And it's GG. Also, we can take on f7. That's also a move. Yeah, this is... I mean, I expect Anna to play knight h6 here and just let black figure out with Messi's ghost. Did you think that cows were made of cheese? What? What? The rook on f1 is waking up. That is true. Yeah, you see why the open f file. The reason why we played f4 early. Is revealed. he does look very uncomfortable. I'm sorry to say, like, I'm sorry if the opponent watches back and be like, what is this random guy saying about me? But it does look like he's not happy with his position right now. Maybe he realized that knight h6 is a thing. Maybe he thought the knight has to go back to e3. To be fair, even if the knight goes back to e3, I think white is still better. Like, knight e3? Oh, stream crossed? Oh no. Okay, I guess we can refresh. Yeah, we're back. Okay, good. So yeah, so I was saying, like, even if you go knight e3, I think white is still much better. Like, you still have weak squares, and now there is an extra option of knight to d5, which would kind of allow white to stay with a knight on d5 potentially. So now let's play knight e6. I mean, knight e3 is not that bad, to be fair. Like, the engine says that knight h6 is like plus 1.2 and knight e3 is like plus 0.9. So there's not even much difference. But queen h4 is a move by the engine. That's still is good for white. Sacrifice the knight. I don't think there's any reason for that, though. I think you should just play knight h6 and get the bishop pair and go from there. Like yesterday, that's also what happened at some point. At some point, the opponent had to give away the bishop pair. And yeah. Donated what? They donated in Turkish lira. Okay, cool. Let me check the YouTube. Oh shit. It's a bit Dutch odds, man. Have to watch like 1 minute of odds. Yeah, what was I saying again? I got distracted by Blue Boy's messages. Yeah, I was saying that yesterday that also happened. And yeah, basically Anna got free bishop pair and then just won. Because she was like up material in the endgame with the bishop pair as well, and the opponent couldn't recover. So yeah. Okay. Is that TRY a Turkish lira? I did not know that. Let us support our future tournaments. Thank you very much for the donation. GM Hikaru Nakamura. Wait, is that BB on YouTube, Blue Boy? His name is BB. That's crazy. How old is this? Is 25 and some months. Right, yeah. Yeah, hello YouTube. I'm watching your shots as well. People still get ads on YouTube? I do, yeah. Especially since I moved to the Netherlands. That's what I was saying. On Twitch as well, but also on YouTube. Like, the amount of ads is like 5x the amount of ads I got in Greece. Which browser do I use? Does it matter? I think I use Edge. Copy him. Yeah, I think that's Edge I'm on right now. It's probably a worse browser, Caesars, to be honest. I never bothered changing. With Firefox, you can use uBlock. Cool. I'll try it. The only browser Axel cares about is all the goats you can't see in the fields. That's true. Yeah, I miss the Greek goats. We don't really have them because I lived in Athens, which is a city. So you can't go on your bike and see fields. That would take you like from where I live in Athens about an hour with a bike, I think. Here is like 2 minutes because I live on the edge of Groningen as well. So you just go 2 minutes north and you see the cow fields. Cool, that's right. Does it work on YouTube and Twitch? Because that's usually where I get all the odds. Like I put a playlist. Like I have like a playlist in the which I put to work in the office, right? And then like that gets disrupted every like 10 minutes because of stupid Dutch ads, which are in Dutch. Like I don't understand what you're trying to sell me, man. Anyway, but yeah. Wow, you live in Groningen too. Nice. Cool. Go Groningen. It works on YouTube, 0 ads, but not tweets. Okay. Good for me. Because yeah, I have this playlist that I use on YouTube, and it just is so annoying to have to turn out the ads every like 15 minutes. Well, doing something else, obviously. Can get Twitch Turbo though, but that costs money. Yeah, or I could just pay for like Spotify Premium or something, or YouTube Premium. It's a lot of this bread. Fortunately, I don't have to worry about the pigeons, but I do have to clean that. Anyway. Okay, so Anna is thinking, surprisingly, probably whether it's best to play 93 or 96. I think she's kind of like emotionally attached to that knight. You know, it moved from G1 to F3 to H4 to F5. Moving it for a 5th time to depart from this world. Maybe too much for her. Maybe she will play 93 and try to get knight D5 at some point. Because imagine, right? So knight E3, bishop G7. And then you can play something like queen h4. And eventually, black will be forced to go on f6 with a piece that is not a knight. And then you can play knight d5. And then you can completely dominate the position. So maybe she's actually thinking about playing knight e3. I mean, she has enough time to think. But yeah. But I think no matter what she chooses, her position will be good enough. So I would feel good if I was one of the people who predicted a win. Just playing knight a6 was like into the matrix. Maybe, I don't know. Her first round game was really accurate, so hopefully she continues that trend. Let me look up something. Okay. Good. Oh, she did go 93. Proving that blue boy is not cheating. So yeah, that is the 5th move with that horse, which is possibly heading to d5. So let's see what black will do. Now, according to the engine, black only has one good move here, which doesn't immediately go into a lost position. It's not the obvious move bishop g7. So perhaps the reason why she played knight e3 is actually, yeah, it's a bit trickier because I'm not sure if she actually anticipated black's best move. I think what she saw is that if black plays bishop g7, then that is really good for us because we can go queen h4. And suddenly the pressure against f6 and f7, which is behind, is going to be too much to handle. So, yeah, I'm not sure. Because, okay, bishop g7, queen h4, right? So how to defend f6? If you play like rook e6, there is bishop c4. Suddenly the knight on e3 defends c4. That's an important detail I actually missed. So rook e6 is impossible. If you try to defend with a queen, let's say queen c6, then the bishop is no longer on d5. So I can play knight c to d5. And I can get my strong knight on d5. So, in fact, that is a really good move because now black has to play knight h5, which is kind of counterintuitive. And even then, well, white is still has a dominating position. I guess you can follow up with queen h4 still. Also, the knight, if you go knight h5, then again, there are two white knights looking on d5, so I can definitely play knight to d5. So yeah, that does make sense. Yeah, I did also miss that this allows bishop c4, which is very key detail. Because that means that the natural move bishop g7 does not work. And is actually like +2 for white already. If he plays bishop g7. What is the title of the opposition? So he's a CM. He's 15 years old. He has reached 2200 before, but he's now down to 2031, which is, incidentally, is my actual exact FIDE rating. So the opponent is actually exact same rating as me. That is funny. I just noticed that, by the way. Yeah, and as you can see, he's getting kind of crushed by Anna, so... See why I'm not in Maia chat. I would be paired against her. Oh no, I am 1,000. Yeah, after a few beers, I do go down to 1,000. But yeah, it's move 18. And the opponent's already down to 25 minutes. At least if I was gonna lose, I would lose faster than that. I would not waste all my time. Are you playing classical soon? So I am signed up. Okay, I'm gonna share this because there's a guy who is also said that he's in Groningen, so maybe he's also going to this tournament. Who knows? So there is a tournament next weekend in the town. I'll call it a town. I think it's a village, but I'll call it a town. In the nearby town of Assen, which is like a few kilometers to the south of Groningen. And there is like a 3-round tournament there. So they split up everyone into groups of 4. And basically everyone plays everyone. So yeah, I'm gonna be there. I'm actually the first seed in this tournament, but not by much. Yeah, so if anyone is gonna be there, yeah, it's classical. I believe it's like 1 hour and 50 minutes plus 10 seconds or something crazy like that. But yeah, I'm playing there. That is on Friday and Saturday. And then on Sunday, I'm going to be playing in the pub crawler tournament in Utrecht, along with Dirkie99, who is in chat as well. Oh, it's full. Yeah, but maybe someone already registered. So yeah, so if I lose rating in the 3-rounder tournament, then I will just drink my sorrows away in the pub crawler. That is the plan. But we'll see. Oh no. Yeah, it's full already, yeah. But I thought like maybe someone already registered for that. The only player of... Oh. Ah, okay. So Bigfoot, Wouter... Is that called Wouter or Wouter? I think it's Wouter Big. He was registered, but he is not registered anymore. So I guess he dropped out. I don't see anyone I know in this tournament. There is a guy named Korfan der Werf. I wonder if he has any relation to Joel. Probably not. But yeah. We'll see. Hog winning. Hello, hamster. Well, not sure how you figured out the winning, but the position does look very good. I would say it looks better than this +1. But the evil bar, the favorite section of Blue Boy in the stream is displaying right now. And yeah, we have a good position, good time advantage. Everything is going fine. And black is actually only has one good move here as well. So if he does not play knight to h5, then our advantage is going to grow even more. There's a lot of sun. 720. And I'm getting warm because of the sun. That is crazy. And it's like 20 degrees. It's crazy. The heat retention of the Dutch houses is crazy. Yeah, it is kind of because, well, the thing is that we play bishop c4 if black plays rook e6. So the thing is that this rook e6 defense doesn't work. So that means that queen h4 is very, very good. So yeah, they are built for the cold. That is good. Because in December in Athens, I'm really cold in my house. I know that you're imagining like Athens as this almost tropical place, but that's not true. Like it gets really cold. It's like 15 degrees inside. So yeah, I'm looking forward to having proper heating here and not being cold when I go inside my own house. 15 is warm. 15 inside the house. Outside is like 5. But then you want to go inside and, you know, warm up, and it's 15 degrees. You can't warm up. You have to be like with a jacket inside your house. So Athens is tropical. Oh no. Guys, I think I'm gonna stay for like one more move. Like, let's see if the opponent finds knight h5 or not, then I'm gonna leave. And then Blue Boy can take over the commentary. Copy him. Broad bean trader. Yeah, that's kind of what my surname means in Greek. Which I think not even Greek people know, by the way. But yeah, that's and then Dirkie just makes fun of it because it sounds funny in Dutch. We'll never hear the end of it. But yeah, let's see if he finds the good move. Then I will leave you guys. So I want to go outside today and touch some grass. Remember, I'm not the actual streamer, so I actually do touch grass for now until I decide to also become a streamer. Nah, don't worry. Bax is right now. He's just driving to Maia from his place. He'll be there for the celebration party after Anna wins. I'm sure. Grass. Not that kind of grass. Bishop G7. Let's go. Just saw it played. Yeah, so Anna should be winning this, right? So after Queen H4 is like plus 2.5. As my old coach, who is GM, used to say, I'm not even gonna care. Like he's like, there is a so how to say this story. So Greece won the Euros in 2004, right? Very famously, like as a huge underdog. So there is this speaker. At some point, he said something like, I am not commentating anymore. Like, this was his literal words. Meaning that, by the way, Anna instantly played Queen H4. So she had obviously seen it all. But yeah, so there is this famous phrase that's like, I'm not commentating anymore. Which means that, the position is so good, or that what's happening is so good that I'm too excited. And then this GM coach of mine used to also say that in Greek. When the position is like, okay, now it's +2, I'm not commentating anymore. It's completely winning, right? So that was the point. Anyway, it was good to be with you guys. I hope you had fun. Hope you enjoyed my commentary. And yeah, this I have full faith in Anna that she will win this game. Hashtag no jinx. Hashtag copium. And yeah, I think she's gonna be in 2 out of 2. And tomorrow we get like an IM or GM opponent, and we cross him with the French. So yeah, that's all from me. Have a good evening, or whatever time it is where Blue Boy lives. I don't know. Probably in the morning. And so yeah, take care. Taking out. Have fun.
Victory, let's go.